side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no, we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. You know we my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons. And ice cream whip, triple school. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to this special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the veteran Joe Flacco and his new team, the Denver Broncos, as they match up with Jared Goff in the NFC champion LA Rams. I'll talk to you again at halftime, but for the call of this one, let's send it out to our EA Sports broadcast team. It's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, this is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A few short moments ago, running back Todd Gurley trying to fire up the Ram faithful here in Southern California as his guys get set to do battle with the Denver Broncos. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. So out come the Rams now for their first possession. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
While in college, quarterback teams that improved their win total from 1 his freshman year to 5 his sophomore year to 8 his junior year. Love that type of improvement. Love that type of diligence.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. And he's going to take into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
And Denver getting set to take the field. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Flacco, and that's complete to the tight end Hireman. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Michael Brockers in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Flacco on target to Hamilton. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. That'll go as a pickup of 8. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Wait. Down to lose 1.
1st and 10 here for Flacco. Over the middle, he's got Deshaun Hamilton. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. A red zone first down for Flacco. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. And they've got to be thrilled to have this game still at 0-0 after the interception thrown on the very first play of the game.
They certainly do, and what I enjoyed was watching him on the sidelines because as the defense came off, he was there to congratulate him and really say thanks because he threw the interception. It didn't turn into any points.
Meanwhile, Goff to Gurley as he drops it off for his running back. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now the 3rd leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. And quickly now, here's a look at the Rams offense.
Todd Gurley is the all-around, do-everything running back for the Los Angeles Rams, and in the last 2 seasons has led the NFL in touchdowns and was in the top 4 in yards from scrimmage, the 2017 NFL Offensive Player of the Year.
Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
3rd and 2, Goff. They got him in. It's Woods. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 43 yards.
On 3rd down, it's very simple. Make sure you get beyond the sticks, make the catch, pick up the first down. But in this case, he turned it into bonus time and was off to the races for a monster play.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Goff turns and gives to Gurley. And he's got room. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And a look now at how the Broncos line up defensively.
Well, showcase cornerback Kareem Jackson has brought his talents from Houston to Denver, and the Broncos are really excited about using him all over their secondary. Primarily a corner for most of his career, the last couple of seasons he swung back to safety as well, and has done a nice job in both spots.
Delayed give, Goff to Gurley. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming. No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Los Angeles. It is the Rams in possession. And they're driving, but they come up on a third and short here.
Like 20. Let's get off the field. Let's get off.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. And they got 3 yards. That's enough. A conversion, and now it's first and goal. Out of the gun. Gone. And it's caught for a Rams touchdown by Brandon Cooks. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are on the board first here tonight. Good bounce-back drive right there through the pick on drive number 1. Drive number 2 leads them right down the field into the end zone.
Agree totally. Excellent bounce back, tremendous poise, confidence never lost, and obviously he transmitted that to his teammates as well. What a really nice drive.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it winds up with a touchdown for Los Angeles. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Flacco from the gun. Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the Rams are going offense here with a 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down. again here on first down. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. From just shy of midfield, Goff. They got a man over the middle. It's Woods. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a fourth down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Now we see a man who got a workout in last year's Super. And look at this. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
Let's go.
The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. They'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming. And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. After the sack, they'll come up now, 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now it's Flacco. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Corey Littleton. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. He is a difference maker at the linebacker position. He had a pick 6 last year, remember it. But it's different for those guys, isn't it, than a corner or a safety?
It certainly is, because sometimes they're pattern reading, seeing what the receivers are doing. Sometimes they're spot dropping, just getting to a place on the field and finding the quarterback and going to the ball. But remember this, these linebackers, at one time in their life, a lot of them were running backs. And they love having the ball back in their hands and making big moves towards the end zone.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's Emmanuel Sanders now as he and the rest of the offense march back onto the field. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defensive player of the year, Aaron Donald. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely going to constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Flacco got his man complete over the middle. It's Hamilton. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Flacco looks to throw, and it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So they take a big chance here in their own territory, and you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, normally we focus on the media.
And he's going to be taken down. Goff is sacked. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Goff now looking to throw. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot before break here. Goff throwing the out route incomplete. That's Woods. And with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Well, my education continues in this game, I've got to tell you, because there's not an analyst in the world that would have said pass up the field goal here, go for it, and expect for it to be successful, and it was. I mean, they're playing this one just like a video game.
Especially for the final play of the first half to have the guts to do that. But I guess, what do we say? The end will justify the means, right?
No doubt about it. For you and me, we live, we learn.
In our game, expect to see the starters for at least one more drive. Something to look forward to as we get you back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis. Okay, Brandon, thanks. This game, one of 7 going on in the NFL on this Saturday, the 3rd week of the preseason. One more to get to tomorrow night on Sunday Night Football. A good one in the AFC. Steelers and Titans from Nashville.
Our starters likely to be out there for the 3rd quarter as we get back underway in this second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Joe Flacco here. We get a peek at what he's done so far in this game. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 16 yards, a first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. They go play action here on first down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lindsey. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. Well, he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL. Being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Here's Flacco. Over the middle, complete. That's Hamilton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Flacco firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he stopped after a gain of 1, not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
Coming to you, coming to you.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And, boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. As we surmise, Charles, most of the starting units still out there for this 3rd quarter. First time this preseason that they played into the 2nd half.
And that's by design. Most of the time by this point of the preseason, you want them to go into the half, cool down, and then come back out and warm up to start the 3rd quarter like you would a regular season game. That's exactly what they wanted to get done.
The kick by McManus is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away.
Let's go, fellas.
Out come the Rams. They'll have it first here to begin the 3rd quarter. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll start out on the ground with Gurley. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's Gurley.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Here's Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. First target, first catch, and a first down. They go play action with Gurley. Now Goff. Going to Woods, but that pass is intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. Looking for Woods that time. If they needed a break, they needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away, now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
On the stop was Aaron Donald. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Flacco. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays. You kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them. I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Flacco now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Setting up to throw, Flacco. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. Samson Abuka, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. First throw now for the backup lock. And he's got Booker. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. River Craycraft there to make the grab. And the Broncos get a bit closer. And they use that height on the outside to get the score.
We've seen the evolution of the wide receivers. They've gotten taller and taller, but they've retained their quickness and their speed. It's a lethal combination.
Always good to have wide receivers with height. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the defensive unit for the Broncos. They trot back out there. And the interception the last time, their third takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
And they insert their dime package, 6 DBs here on 3rd and 6.
Expecting pass all the way. Shotgun now for Bortles. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, L.A. Darrell Henderson, 71 yards. And the Rams tack on to their advantage. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they may be giving up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Zerline now for the PAT. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete.
Defense.
Well, let's see who this is on. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. He was looking for Tim Patrick that time. That'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. Freeman, nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throw left side complete. That's Freeman. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Let's go.
Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On the draw, it's Booker. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
Check, 43.
Throwing on 2nd down. Lock. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So good field position for the Rams as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 11 yards there, first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 11 yards there, just like last play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. On second down, it's Brown, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. 3rd and 15 here after the first and second down plays went in the wrong direction. They'll run it here with Brown. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Now it's Brown. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. Credit the tackle to Isaac Yiadom. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Block now on 1st down. He's got his tight end, Jake Bunt. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the L.A. Rams with a victory here, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. The Rams are victorious here as we say so long from X.